Welcome to the GCN Tech Show. This week we've got a bike frame limited to just 10 pieces. We've got the World Champions bike, we've got a new gravel bike, we've got your bikes, we've got your upgrades.
And we've got concept bikes too.
This week we thought we'd talk concept bikes that never made it to the shop floor. Now when I think concept bikes, I think imagination that runs wild, and normally that is exactly what happens. And very often as well, the actual designer involved is from outside of the bike industry, which is a good thing because then they're less blinkered, if you like, of actually what a bike should look like in our eyes.
I agree, but I think we need something else to give us a bit of a hand. I think we should get the laptops in, have a look at the pictures of the bikes on our screens, maybe critique them a little bit as well, but in a positive way, because big fans of innovation, aren't we?
Yeah.
Come on then, John. First up, the BMC Impact, which was released way back in 2014 at Eurobike. And when you look at it now, it doesn't really look that far out of reach of what a modern bike might sort of look like in a year or two.
No, I mean, the concept itself was actually the brainchild of Torgny Fjeldkar, I think is the name, who worked at BMC at the time. And well, the wheels, firstly, are just attached on the right-hand side. So it's the kind of enemy, if you like, of the Cannondale's lefty system. Yes. I like that.
I see what you've done there. The bar and the stem is a bit of an amalgamation of the new Cervelo S5, the Current Hope track bike, and also the Simplon Pride bars, because the way that split stem comes up into the bars. Integrated GPS as well.
Yeah, I like that.
The brake levers, yeah.
I mean, they're like nondescript. The handlebar angle, I don't like that much.
No, I can't imagine that being particularly comfortable, and there's no actual flat bit at the bottom.
No, there's no curve on the bar either. It's not for a purist like you. The seat post as well, that kind of takes inspiration as well from that split style stem, because it's just two blades of carbon with a saddle put on the top. It's a tasty looking bit of kit.
It is.
I can't think of it being that aero really, because you've got two bits instead of one, but hey, what do we know? We're not experts, are we?
Integrated drivetrain cover. So
yeah.
It looks like it almost could be hiding a motor in there, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's nice, isn't it? I mean, one of the most interesting things about that really is just the pure integration of everything on it. 5 years ago, that was almost a pipe dream, if you like. Yeah. But now, like you said, that frame is what we see.
Yeah, the current BMC built-in bottle cages and everything.
It's not a million miles away from that, is it?
When you exclude the forks and the bars and the drivetrain, it's actually not far off at all.
Yeah, and the seat post. Yeah, and the wheels.
Days.
Yeah.
All right, it's got a little ways to go.
Yeah, but still, I think that's a really cool one to start with. And I'm going to back it up, actually, with the Trek Zora, aka the 2026. So the Zora, that was shown off in 2016. And, well, it's a bike which is gearless, seat postless, and seemingly brake leverless too. Yeah,
this was sketched by Jonathan Russell, who clearly let his imagination run wild, because, well, just look at it.
Yeah, the results speak volumes, don't they? Yeah. I mean, it's a great looking bike, and we don't have too long to wait for it either, did we? Just, 6 years.
Yeah, 2026 is what it was also known as. Yeah. And that is not far away now.
I mean, I love the fact it's got belt drive on it. Now, whenever we see designers come up with new bikes, they always seem to have belt drive on it. But I personally can't see it being used on a top-of-the-range road race machine, which that, I guess, fits into that category.
It must be.
Yeah, purely because it just hasn't taken off yet. I mean, it's great for commuters, I think, but...
Low maintenance.
Yeah, exactly that, and well, you're not going to get a grubby chain from it. No. But it always seems to be the problem with the weight of hub gears and everything else. Yeah. So it just doesn't seem to... I can't see that happening.
Why the gears in the hub anyway? Couldn't they just be in the bottom bracket?
Probably.
And then you could use any wheel you liked.
Probably something to do with maintenance and the weight as well. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a confusing one, isn't it? I think it looks good. It does have brakes though, John. They are gesture activated on the bars, which I think is pretty cool.
So presumably you pull a pain face and it changes gear then, and you pull a help, I want to brake, and it pulls the brakes for you automatically. Gesture control, how cool is that?
Yeah. It looks like it's got built-in lights in the back.
Yeah, built-in lights front and rear, and the wheels, they actually look really cool, don't they? I mean,
they look like a car wheel.
Yeah, it's like a pentagonal and triangular shape, structure, and they look like the Ford Focus ST wheels, actually.
Well, that makes it sound a little bit cheaper now, but...
I don't know, the ST's all right. 2.5 turbo. Yeah, it's a great looking bike, that.
Would you ride it?
I think I would, yeah.
It looks like it might be comfortable, the fact that you've got no seat tube.
I would just have to get to learn how to ride it with the gesture control. I think that's the only one thing which is throwing me off right now.
I just can't work that one out.
No.
All right then, John. The rail concept. This is one that you found, isn't it? It's a positively retro-looking specimen compared to the other ones that we've got here.
Yeah.
This was first released way back in 2010, which is quite a while ago now. Designed by Six Design founder Ivan Solida.
Yeah, I mean, this bike, it looks like a bike we would see these days, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a specialised Venge McLaren and a Venge Vias sort of mixed in together, and this is the result of it, in a way.
No,
in a way.
I can sort of see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
There's a few things I can't get over, but I'm going to start with this ridiculous looking bottom bracket standard, which clearly never caught on because they've not even released a picture of it on the bike.
No.
Look at the size of it. It's wildly oversized, so it's going to be incredibly stiff, you would imagine. And how many splines is that on there? You could,
I don't know, a lot.
It'd take a while to align that.
Yeah, probably about 40 splines. Needle roller bearings too. It looks great, I think.
It looks good.
But it can't be very aero, not from the side, because you've got a big old, hole in there for the wind to get trapped in.
That must be why they've got the Jury's crankset in it for the pictures, which looks nice. That, to me, is the best looking crankset of all time.
Yeah, it's a great crankset. Now, something that has come to fruition is the integrated bottle cages, let's face it, because it's on the BMC Time Machine Road 01, I think. It's quite a long name on that bike, but yeah, the new BMC. Interestingly, their concept that we showed earlier on, the Impact, that didn't have the integrated cages. So Rail, they were sort of one step ahead.
Yeah, a good few years ahead as well. 4 years ahead, in fact.
But that is, I mean, there's something about it I really like.
Yes.
And there's other things about it I don't. I quite like the integrated rotor covers. So it's very similar to what we'd see on, I think it's, was it Parley? They do that on one of their bikes. We got that. The bottle cages already mentioned.
Adjustable bar and stem.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is quite good for a one-piece unit like that.
Yeah.
One thing I don't like, having ridden a bike with it, and that bike weighed an absolute ton, like 10 kilos, was the Factor 1. That also had a head tube very similar to this.
Oh yeah, the sort of external head tubes.
Yeah.
With
Great in theory, but in practice, just not quite.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of bikes with that though now. We are seeing more and more bikes. I mean, the other design they have, which is on screen right now, has a kind of curved seat tube that has a little split, and there was even a diagram too showing the airflow around it. But
you can now see that crank.
Yeah. I mean, concepts are wonderful, but this is something which we want to actually pose to you, the viewer. Have you seen a concept bike out there that you really want to come, be on the shop floor, let's face it?
Yeah, that's a good question. I like that.
Right, hot tech now. And first up, actually, we need to announce a winner because we had a poll on the app a couple of weeks ago and we asked you which of the two new track bikes was most aero. Of course, we have no statistics or anything like that to help you along the way or any findings or results or anything, but the results are in. Now, the results are in favour of the Hope Lotus GB track bike. 59% of the viewers or voters went for that.
Just out of interest, John, which would you choose, that or the Pinarello, if you're going to ride
the
one?
Hope.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Very
I just think that Team GB and their obsession looking for things like marginal gains, it's probably the fastest bike in a pursuit, but in a bunch race, probably not the most suitable because you're probably giving the people behind a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, I just wonder what the seat stays would do with the handlebars and things like that.
It looks cool.
Find out when they start.
Like innovation, I love it.
Yeah, it does look awesome. Right. Team Bahrain McLaren, the newly named Team Bahrain McLaren, have this week launched their 2020 team kit made by Lecole, and they've also released pictures of their new bike as well. Let us know what you think about both of these down in the comments below, because they're quite different to anything we've seen for a while.
Yeah, they are. And also the squad did announce that in 2020 they will be racing only on disc brakes, so another team to that.
Yeah, the growing list, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. Last year it was Bora Hansgrohe and the Koenig Quickstep. I don't know if there's anyone. Yeah, Trek, yeah, they were all on discs all year. Yeah, another one. I wonder if we'll see another team as well.
I think it's just going to continue to grow. And with, good reason too.
Yeah. Now, also, the bike of Rowan Dennis, a new recruit to Team Ineos for 2020, a last-minute recruit. They've shown images of his new time trial bikes. Of course, he is the world champion. And, well, it looks all right, but what do you reckon of it?
It's understated.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think, if you're world champion, the bike has to go really over the top. Go like Cipollini, what would he have done? He
It
would have
would
gone
have been
wild.
white with rainbow stripes everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. But let us know what you think of it up there. We're going to have another poll, top right-hand corner, and also in the app as well. Let us know, should they have gone wild and wacky for Rowan's bike?
I think they should have really.
Yeah,
but it's not very Ineos, is it? Let's be honest.
No, they prefer to sort of just dub things down a little bit, don't they? And, yeah, don't blame them really. No, they should have gone wild.
You're torn, aren't you?
Yeah. Right, and Battaglin, they are launching another new frame set. This time the Marusticana. I've probably said that totally wrong, but hey, I've done my best. It's going to be built from Columbus SLX tubing, which is probably my favourite steel tube set of all time, because when you look inside of the tube, there's this real cool sort of like conical design, which is where they've reamed out the tube and everything. Now, the bike is going to be limited to just 10 pieces. Each one, of course, will be individually numbered and custom built to the owner specification after meeting with Giovanni Battaglin himself.
You know what? Battaglin really know how to do these custom bikes, and the detailing is just unbelievable. So the fact that they've used a traditional cable guide underneath the bottom bracket shell, as opposed to just one of those rubber bungs or one of those plastic inserts, just really makes it that extra bit special for a custom bike, doesn't it?
Yeah, they seem to really know what. For me, they seem to just tick the boxes when it comes to, like, you know, a steel bike, but made these days. Nice. Now, it's been a while actually since we've talked about this, but there's a new gravel bike. This time,
great.
yeah, Canyon Grail AL has been launched. AL standing for aluminium, and well, it takes a different look, let's say, around the handlebars compared to last year's launch of the carbon fibre one.
Yeah, I actually think this might be the bike to go for out of the two.
Oh.
Comes with 5 in the range, and they're all available in 1x or 2x.
Yeah, and they are available. There's two women's models, and prices start at £1,200.
Well, that's the reason I think it's the bike to go for. It's more affordable and it's got a better handlebar.
Controversial. Finally then, a fan of the channel, Bruno Van Obbergen, has sent in some pictures of a bike which he's been customising with some magical moments of Frank van den Broeke's 1999 season. And wow, the artwork on it is simply beautiful. It must have taken a serious amount of time to do that.
Yeah, the attention to detail and also some of the finest moments of that 99 season. La Redoute in the big ring, Vuelta stage win.
Yeah, you can see Michael Boogerd there chasing him with his big teeth out as well, can't you? Yeah.
Red overshoes,
great, isn't
John.
it? Yeah, the red overshoes, that was a personal highlight. Always climbing on the drops too.
And my favourite jersey of all time, the World Cup leaders jersey. I think it was the best.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
We should bring back the World Cup.
It was a good thing.
Yeah. Right, we've had a few unboxings recently, so we need to announce the winners. Over to Mr. OP.
I'm going to get the results in, John.
Yeah, would you like a drum roll or not?
Go on, I'll put that back. Drum roll.
Okay. What we giving away? No, in fact, what are we announcing?
So, first up, the physique winners are as follows, and they are going to choose from the Tempo Over Curves or the Aero Weave R2 power straps.
Yep.
It rolls off the tongue there, John.
Yep.
Right, Randall Hilligard from the US, Tulio Camprega from GB, Zachary Montalto from the US, and Barry Stevens from California.
Well done to all of you. Nice work. We'll be in touch to arrange delivery of those.
And we've also got a CADEX unboxing winner to announce as well.
We have, yeah.
Raul Romero. I was going to call you Paul then, sorry. Raul Romero from the USA.
Oh,
We're in
nice
touch to
work.
arrange the shipping, and we'll get that out to you soon.
Lucky people there, aren't there?
I could do some new stuff as well, that'd be nice. Love new stuff. Who doesn't love new stuff at this time of year as well?
Yeah, well, there's 5 winners. Cha-ching. It's now time for screw riding upgrades by upgrades, the part of the show where you submit before and after or even during photos of any upgrades with your bicycle related material.
Yeah, I like the during pictures, John.
Yeah, I mean,
just before and after.
exactly. Before and after, anyone can do that. I mean, you might have just popped down to your local shop. We don't like cheats, do we?
No, we don't. Right, first up though, we've got to announce the winner from a couple of weeks ago. We had Alexander, and he was up against Fernando. And, are you going to do the drum roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on then.
It hurts the fingers though, mate.
Oh, I'll go for the full pump. Alexander wins with that stunning looking Colnago. Get in touch with us over on Facebook and we'll send the cap out to you that way.
Yeah, and before we go on then to this week, just let you know, if you want to submit your photos, make sure you use the app or the uploader tool. Both of them can be found in the description below, easy to find links. Right, let's move on then. This week, we have Daniel from location unknown, because you didn't include it, Daniel.
Oh, Daniel.
Naughty. But anyway, Daniel purchased this Chaparral TT bike and had a lot of plans to make it into a drop bar conversion. Apparently, it was a weird find for Daniel and he couldn't find any information on the bike. Do you know what, that really bugs me when you see something and you can't find out anything about the brand or the builder and you search around.
Yeah, or even an event in history, you know, someone riding with 2 broken wrists at a bike race and you can't find proof of it anywhere.
Yeah.
In joke.
Right now, Chris is trying to find some evidence of something he claims happened, but it never did. Anyway, so this bike, it's got Columbus oversized EL tubing, another great tube set. It's got Dura 7800 shifters, 7700 crank set there, one of the old Octolink ones. I love that. Yeah, Envy compact bars, Chris King headset. He had the bike autographed by Jim McCarty, apparently. No idea who that is. So there's There it is before.
It's either enhanced the price of the bike or ruined it completely.
Exactly. No idea who Jim is. There's the TT bike. There it is afterwards with the signing, and there's Jim McCarty. Looks to be playing a guitar.
Wow.
Right-handed player.
I love the lug from the top tube to the seat tube, John.
Yeah, extended seat tube.
That's
you should see that on head tubes as well of tall riders. Edward Van Hooydonk was a famous one for that.
Yeah.
And there's that EL sticker, the Dove.
It's a nice bike, that.
It is, isn't it? It's a nice upgrade.
Oh, the best, most comfortable saddle ever made. That. Honestly, if you can buy one of those, buy it because they're no longer in production.
Oh, is that the TT one?
Like the heavily padded Arione.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is actually, isn't it? I think Wiggins used that on his hour record.
Yeah, I bought 2 of them a couple of years ago and I use them on my bikes all the time.
There we go. Right, anyway. Nice bike, that.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Quite like that. Right. Who's he up against?
Jack from Oslo in Norway.
Now, this time, Jack wanted to retro mod himself a gravel bike on the cheap for winter and gravel use year round. Thanks you for the inspiration, which is very nice of him, with that gravel bike he bought back in the summer.
Yeah.
That's a good bike, that.
That's all right.
A vintage hardtail is a little bit long. Jack did the maths and found a smaller frame, giving the same reach, stack and wheelbase to get his ideal gravel geometry. A long, weird looking seat post is required though. Blimey, where have you found one of those? Because my little boy's grown out of his bike and I could do with a long seat post.
That doesn't look safe, mate.
No, it doesn't look safe.
No.
Right, mostly built from leftover bits and the cheapest parts on eBay that he could find. Jack hasn't weighed it yet, but he reckons he'd be surprised if it was under 14 kilograms, which is
Good God.
about £32, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's quite heavy.
Well, it has got those...
Schwalbe Ice Spiker Pro
Yeah.
2s. Ice Spikers.
Do you know what? When I used to work for a big online retailer, we used to sell hundreds of those Ice Spiker Pro tyres.
Really?
And we wondered what on earth was going on. Apparently there was kids riding around them trying to skid and get them to spark.
No.
Yeah, apparently.
Wow. It's a
Believe
nice
that,
looking
you'll
frame.
believe anything, but we did sell thousands of them.
That's bizarre.
That seat post is scary.
It's a bizarre seat post. I won one of those in a track race once, years ago.
Inline, what, like
Well,
400,
it was a carbon one.
450 mil?
And it wasn't that long either.
Yeah.
Okay,
The bars look so wide.
They do. They're like Monster. Do you remember Blake's Monster cross bike
Yeah,
from GMBN?
yeah.
Big pair of wide bars. I quite like that, John.
Yeah, I love the old, when Marin used to do that with their bikes.
Anodized
Yeah,
forks. That's
yeah,
supposed
there
to
it
be
is
painted,
before. Yeah. Oh, it's nice, isn't it?
aren't they? It is cool.
There it is.
Pictures.
Upturned on some newspaper. You'll get a right telling off putting those wheels against that lovely white backdrop.
Yeah. that seat post is scary though.
There's your
I guess it'll give you loads of flex.
Yeah. It would. It'd be like suspension. That thing would whine. It's tough, isn't it, that?
Yeah. I don't know what I'd go for.
No. It's a really nice bike, but it's the seat post. There's just a lot of it.
Just, maybe drop it down a bit.
Yeah. Daniel from Location Unknown or Jack from Oslo. I really don't know who to go for.
Well, luckily it's not up to us, John, is it?
No.
Vote up there in that top corner.
Yeah, and also on the app too, you can get involved. A couple of very good upgrades this week.
Well chosen.
Right, it's now time for probably everyone's favourite bit of the
It's
show.
my favourite bit
It
of the show.
is, isn't it? Like you and Hank, the pair of you are animals when you get in here. When we do the bike vault, it goes absolutely wild. Now, if you're unaware what it is, basically you submit pictures of your pride and joy, and then we rate them either nice or super nice. Now, you can use the app, you can use the uploader tool, you can use probably all forms of social media, but those are the two places generally where we're going to find them. So, what happens then, Chris, if someone gets rated with a super nice?
If your bike is a super nice, get to ring the bell.
He actually really shot me then. I knew he had the bell there, obviously, but I didn't know quite what he was going to do with it. Thanks, mate. Okay, right, let's crack on. The first one this week is from MKSK Chun 85 in Hawaii. That is beautiful. I've never been to Hawaii.
No, nor have I. Not triathletes, are we?
Quite like to go. Yeah, I'd quite like to go. I used to watch Dog the Bounty Hunter. You ever seen that?
Didn't he die or he had a heart attack or something?
Oh, okay.
I'm sure I remember seeing something
I
about
didn't
that.
know that, but anyway, Dog the Bounty Hunter, a great programme, and that was based in Hawaii, wasn't it? Anyway, this is Specialised. First up, your cranks, wrong position.
Oh, John, start with a negative.
I
I was going to go with what a stunning colour the frame was, and on the backdrop as well.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
yeah, I know, but we've got to point out the obvious. But the cranks aside, that is such a good photo.
It is a good photo. It's a lovely, lovely bike.
Yeah.
Like
Is
the way
it super
changes
nice?
colour. Is it? Well, I mean,
Is it super nice?
to me it is. But I'm not fussy about cranks.
I'm pretty fussy about it. And also, I can't see the rear valve. It's
Oh, the rear valve has got a really long valve extender. I noticed it a second ago. Where did it go? Can't see it now. It looked like it had a long valve extender on it.
It's so long, it's been confused for a spoke. No. I don't know. Yeah, do you know what? Ring the bell, mate.
Yeah?
Yeah. Alright, go on, you do the next one.
Alright, next up.
While I try and regain my hearing.
Ooh.
Right.
Alistair P with his Conargo C64.
Don't know where you're from, Alistair, I'm afraid.
No,
A brick wall.
he's got 4 wheels and a record and chorus mix.
I tell you what, the paint job on that, it looks like brushed,
It
like
looks-
dirty brushed aluminium, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Almost looks like someone's just drawn it on a piece of paper
Yeah.
with a pencil.
What saddle's that?
It's one of those
it-
fashionable short stubby saddles
Is it?
that everyone seems to use these days.
Round
so.
bars. Round bars.
Right, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. A very, really square stem. I reckon
Left
that's
quick release lever open there.
yeah. Oh dear. Crank's in the wrong do
Campax still do it that way?
Yeah, that little button, yeah.
Even nowadays?
Yep, even nowadays. It's probably a patent they've got on it, I imagine.
I actually really like that paint job. And I didn't think I would.
I like the paint job too.
It's very different for a Conargo.
Yeah. The problem is, mate, the valves aren't lined up, the cranks aren't lined up. Little ring, no
Quick
biggie
release open.
smalls. Yeah.
It's
So-
a super nice frame though.
It is, but the whole package is just a nice, I'm afraid. Next up is Budgie Diesel from Bardsey Island in Battaglin, North Wales. I'm sure you say that slightly different as well. Either way, 2016 Scott Addict SL SRAM group set. Zip, well, it's 202s. That's a really nice looking bike, isn't it?
It is,
It's
yeah.
quite a bit of steerer. No biggie smalls, it's small big, smally bigs.
Right.
Well, it is
sorry.
biggie smalls if you go the other way around.
I still get so confused when it's referred to as that. I thought he was a rap star from the 90s.
Oh, what?
He made hip hop music.
Oh, right, okay. Youngsters. Right, back brake cable. That outer cable's a bit too long as well,
Yeah.
isn't it? If this was shot from the other way and you'd got just a few of the basics lined up, literally, it'd be... I'm pretty sure that'd be a super nice. But it's,
so
it's a
harsh.
nice... Yeah, I know. But rules are rules.
Super nice bike though.
Yeah. No, it's nice. Right. Who
The size of that
is
dog.
next?
Wow. Next up is Nathan Phillips, Glenwood Springs, Colorado, USA. 9er BSB Ultegra group set, FSA cranks, physique saddle, and a gold chain.
Guys, it's super nice. Look at that dog.
That,
This is super nice.
that's a big dog. It is
It's super nice.
That's
Yeah,
it,
it's
there's a
super
dog in
nice.
it.
Yeah, it's a dog in it, and it's just perfect. The dog is just there, like, and what? Basically, isn't it? That's what the dog's saying. It's just like, and what?
Is that as good as your bell ring gets for a super
Yeah,
nice?
yeah, it is.
That was a bit soft.
And finally, we got Tarek Q with a Specialized Venge Pro 2019 model. Look at that.
I do like that actually.
Yeah,
I like the fact that the nose of your saddle matches your chain.
Is that like it's an iridescent saddle?
It looks like it, and the lettering in the word specialised on the
Yeah.
on the down tube and the
Yeah,
seats.
it looks like they've
seats
used some of that. Is it Wend Wax on
Yeah.
the chain as well?
there. Have you ever used that in real life?
I have, yes. I'm sure it's Wend Wax that I've got somewhere, and it's like a roll-on deodorant. You like screw it out
I'd
and you
quite
rub it all
fancy
over.
trying it. Does
Yeah, it smells amazing. It smells amazing, and one of the fun things is as well, what you do, you apply it, and then you sort of run through from memory a bit of degreaser,
Right.
and it sort of makes it less solid, so it's
Okay.
a bit more sort of molten, if you like, and it gets all in all the nooks and crannies. But if you don't do that and someone rides behind you and you ride along, you could spray them with bits of this colourful wax.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Never
yeah,
knew that.
yeah. It's
I like that. That's cool.
at that point you could easily say, "Cool story, bro."
I'm not like that, John.
No, exactly. Thankfully, bar tape looks either really dirty
Yeah.
or like it's reflective
Why?
in some way.
Do you not think it maybe ties
think
into the
it's-
saddle and the lettering?
Yeah, there's something really funny about that.
Come on, what?
Valve caps. I mean, I'm not a fan of valve caps.
Why? But I would take them off as well, but some people don't.
Do you know, in the winter is when I leave them on.
Really?
Because even though it won't happen because the cores, the valve cores are brass, they're not going to get seized in place. But there is a possibility it would.
Cool story, bro.
Thanks, mate. Anyway, nice or super nice?
I can't believe I just said that. To me, that's super nice. You've even got a proper bike stand.
Yeah, you've put, gone to all the extra effort. Yeah, super nice.
Oh. Spread some love.
Right, more Bike Vault next week. Right, there we are, another tech show in the bag, but well, we've got a bit of a news flash actually, haven't we?
Yeah, it transpires that Dog the Bounty Hunter is not dead. I'm trying to fight back a laugh because it's still quite serious. His wife died, but he is still very much with us.
Yeah.
So sorry about that, and condolences to Dog.
Yeah. Right, okay, we do hope you've enjoyed this week's GCN Tech show. Well, next week is going to be on Boxing Day, so, well, God help us really, because we could be in a right old state there. But we will do our very best to present to you another gem of an episode. And as ever, remember to like and share this video with your friends. And don't forget, subscribe to the GCN Tech channel. And also click the little notification icon, because what happens then, Chris?
Then you get a notification every time we make a new upload.
Yes, absolutely cracking. And don't forget, check out the GCN shop at shop.globalcyclingnetwork.com. And while for 2 more great videos, click on me and...
Click on me for the other one.